Has affordable solutions to get you up and moving without the pain.
Instead of going to the department store or the big box store where there's no one there to really advise you, we have the ability to recommend different types of over-the-counter devices, and they can be modified extensively for different types of problems.
Unique Feet.
Online at uniquefeetpedorthix.com or at 750 South Hillside in Wichita.
American Family Insurance offers you the protection you need to pursue your dreams, even if you take a couple of wrong turns. At American Family, we know your car is more than four wheels that gets you from point A to point B. It's freedom to pursue the things important to you, which is why you'll want to make sure you have the proper protection. To learn more, get a quote. Contact local American Family agent Brad Woody at 265-6200.
American Family Insurance.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Champs Bar and Grill on South Seneca is a place to be for all the fun. Mike Chappell, you guys have something coming up very special on June 8th.
We're doing a charity pool tournament called Cues for Kids. We're hosting this. It's for Lexi's Lamb Foundation. Proceeds from the event will go to support Lexi's Lamb Foundation. They provide welcome bags for pediatric patients at Wesley's Children's Hospital. And like always, you can come here and play horseshoes anytime. We got a great outdoor patio with a fire pit. As always, we do our Fireball Power Hours and our Happy Hour specials.
Find Champs online at Champs ICT.
Coach Bill Shaw and Coach Darren McHugh meet at home plate as we are just about ready for our first pitch. We have the Derby Twins and the Hutchinson Monarchs. We're going to pause and listen to the national anthem here. Very talented young lady sings the national anthem right before the Twins and Monarchs are set for action. It appears the Monarchs are going to be the home team in the second game tonight. The Twins are going to be up batting first, and leading things off for the Twins will be the center fielder, number 11, Dorian Jenkins. And on the mound for Hutchinson is number 16, LJ McDonough. The Monarchs are led by their coach, Darren McHugh. The Twins led by Bill Shaw. They're assisted by Stephen Edwards and Dalton Parks. The Monarchs are taking the field as game number 2 is just about ready to get under action here at X Stadium. 7:59, and we are just on time. Again, Mulvane defeating Andale in the opener 5-1. Andale had multiple base runners, just could not capitalize and get those base runners advanced. Anthony Georges and Frank Martinez are on the call with you tonight. And like I mentioned, up on the mound is LJ McDonough. This is his second start of the year for Hutchinson. And leading off is Dorian Jenkins for the Twins. Some of tonight's sponsors are Burger Fight Ticket Partner, Wichita Independent Special Olympics, and Westar Energy. Westar Energy will also be sponsoring the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game, which takes place on July 2nd right here at X Stadium.
Beautiful night for baseball here at the Eck. Looking forward to watching both these two teams play. Some established coaches for the Derby. Once again, it's Bill Shaw. Bill Shaw's been around for many years. And Darren McCune, who won the 4A state baseball game for the Nixon Panthers.
Yeah, Bill Shaw is nothing new to baseball. He has ties to Derby, as he has been on and off the Derby coaching staff on the high school side. Bill Shaw won the only championship that the Derby High School has back in 2001. Since then, Shaw has been with Friends University, El Dorado, and Campus High School, so he has been all around the area but decided to settle right in his hometown of Derby. Dorian Jenkins is just getting ready to step into the batter's box as our first batter of the game here in the second game of the Sunflower Collegiate League is just about underway. Jenkins will be batting on the left-hand side.
Jenkins comes in batting .400. He's appeared in 3 games, has been up to bat 10 times, has scored 4 runs and 4 hits, has been on base 4 times, and has struck out twice.
And the first pitch is way outside for ball 1. Good snag from the catcher, Scott Wolverton, as the pitch was high and outside. Jenkins for the Twins steps back in on the left side. The second pitch is over the plate, but high, called ball 2. Jenkins steps back in. On deck, we have the third baseman, Mitchell Austin, as that pitch is in there for a called strike 1. Mitchell Austin on deck, and Justin Bundy, the right fielder, number 7, is batting third. The 2-1 pitch is in the dirt and inside for ball 3. The count is 3 balls and 1 strike to the leadoff batter, Dorian Jenkins of the Derby Twins. Jenkins gets back in and sets. And the pitch from LJ is hit, line to the shortstop, and he's not going to be able to make the grab. It's too hopper, and he thought he was going to make the grab, but it just hit the top of his glove, and Mason Lowe could not handle it. So it's probably going to go down as an error for the Monarchs, and the leadoff man is on for Derby. Dorian Jenkins, just a soft grounder, gets on an error, and Mitchell Austin is up to bat.
Mitchell Austin comes in. He's appeared in 2 games, has been up to bat 6 times, has 1 hit, 3 RBIs, 1 base on balls. It's been hit by pitch 1 time and has recorded 2 strikeouts for the season.
From the stretch, McDonough decides to throw back to first. Does not get Jenkins, as Jenkins hustled back just in time. L.J. McDonald is a hard-throwing right-hander for the Monarchs. As Mitchell Austin, the third baseman, steps back in, also batting from the left-hand side. McDonald sets and delivers the pitch just outside for ball 1. We saw that pitch be called a strike a lot in the first game, but it's called a ball here. Want to know the count?
You know, depending on what the umpire is, he's got his own strike zone, even though it's a basic strike zone. But sometimes they like the inside, sometimes they like the outside. So you got to adjust as the pitcher.
And he called that one ball 2 as well. He called it in the dirt. Mitchell Austin was going to lay down a bunt, but pulled it back just in time. 2-0 the count. Austin takes a practice swing. Justin Bundy, the right fielder, number 7, is on deck. Bundy has hit the only home run of the season for the Twins. He hit it last night right over the center field fence. And that ball is just outside for ball 3. Jenkins reached first base on an error by the shortstop, Mason Lowe. 3-0 the count. The 3-0 pitch is outside, a 4-pitch walk for Mitchell Austin.
That's definitely not the way you want to get started, making an error the shortstop making an error and then walking the next guy. You get guys at first and second now with no outs here in the top half of the first inning for the Derby Twins.
And Scott Wolverton, the catcher, is going to go down there and calm down L.J. McDonald, the pitcher, as the first two batters are on for the Twins.
You know, this L.J. McDonald's throwing pretty hard. The only thing I noticed on the scoreboard that they don't have a radar gun going where you can see how fast he's throwing. That maybe that's something that we can get going.
Justin Bundy batting from the left-hand side. All three batters for the Twins have batted on the left-hand side. Bundy steps in, the right fielder. The pitch from McDonough is going to be a called strike going on the inside corner. Just caught the inside.
Bundy up to bat. He's appeared in 2 games, has been up to bat 8 times, has scored 2 runs, only has 1 hit, 1 home run, and 1 RBI.
The 0-1 pitch is hit in between the gap, first and second, and going to score a run. Jenkins headed to the plate. And Jenkins gets in just in time as Mitchell Austin goes to third and Justin Bundy stays at first.
Nice job there by Bundy finding the gap there between first and second and just drilled it into right field to score the RBI.
Easton Rent, the first baseman for the Monarchs, dove, but it bounced just over his glove. He dove for it, and just as he laid out for it, the ball bounced over his glove, and the right fielder made the throw that was cut off. Now batting is going to be the shortstop, number 8, Thomas Green. Green is the first right-handed batter for the Twins. Runners on the corners, first and third. And the pitch. It's going to be a bunt, hit right to the pitcher, and he had nowhere to go with it. L.J. McDonough was going to throw it home. The runner checked at third, and nobody covered first. So we're going to have an error, and also another run's going to score. Mitchell Austin saw the pitch being softly hit and checked at third. The pitcher checked him, then looked at first, and that's when Austin decided to take off for home, and he made it no problem. Nobody covered at first, so Thomas Green gets on with a fielder's choice single.
Nice choice there by Mitchell Austin to come on in home on that play.
The DH, number 37, Bryce Donovan, is batting. Donovan also batting from the right side. Steps in. It's going to be a ball 1. So the Twins have scored 2 runs here early in the first inning. Nobody out. Everybody has been on for Derby. Donovan fouls one back. Got him in on the hands, and he hit it straight into the backstop. 1-1 the count.
Donovan comes into this ball game batting 125. He's appeared in 3 games, has been up to bat 8 times, and has 1 run scored and 1 hit. Also 3 RBIs.
Donovan is the Twins' primary catcher. Tonight he is the DH. As he checks on that swing, and they get a called strike 2. 1-2 the count. Bryce Donovan steps back in. L.J. McDowell looking for his first out. Here in the top of the first, Twins lead it 2-0. McDowell stretch. Checks the runner at second. And now delivers the 1-2. Swung on and lined right to the pitcher. Going to get the lead runner at third. And Thomas Green goes to second. And Bryce Donovan stays at first due to the fielder's choice. But they get the lead runner. Justin Bundy is out at third.
Good play there by Donovan. Donovan had going to third base there, and third baseman covering to make the out.
Now batting is going to be number 2, the left fielder for the Twins, Jacob Rybicki. Rybicki batting from the right side. And the pitch is delivered, a swing and a miss. 0-1 the count to Jake Rybicki. He's the left fielder. Donovan on first. Thomas Green on second. 1 out here in the top of the first. Twins lead it 2-0. Rybicki steps back in. The 0-1 pitch is going to be taken just inside for ball 1 of the at-bat. Rybicki had to get out of the way of that one as it was inside. 1-1 the count. L.J. McDowell steps back on the mound. From the stretch. Delivers the 1-1 pitch. Right over the plate for a called strike 2. 1 out in the inning. Julian Leon, the catcher, is on deck. Rybicki steps in. Down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swung on and lying down the first base side. It's just going to be just beyond the Monarchs bullpen and out of play. Count is still 1 ball and 2 strikes. As L.J. McDowell steps back on the mound. Delivering from the stretch is going to be swung on and again fouled down the first base side. A little bit behind it is Jacob Rybicki. Rybicki steps out. Now gets in a stance. L.J. McDowell ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out in the inning. Checks the runner at second. Delivers the 1-2 pitch. It's high and it goes back to the wall. The runners are going to advance to second and third. And it's going to be a wild pitch for L.J. McDowell. Just too high. The catcher couldn't quite get a hold of it. Thomas Green goes to third and Bryce Donovan advances to second.
McDowell's going to have to bear down here with runners at second and third now and only 1 out to get out of this inning.
2-2 the count. Both runners in scoring position. The 2-2 pitch is going to be fouled straight back. Rybicki just got a piece of that one. Fouls it straight back. Stays alive in the at-bat. Jake Rybicki batting from the right-hand side. The left fielder steps back in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch again fouled straight back. He is just getting a piece of it that keeps him alive in the count.
Good looking swing there by Rybicki, just missing.
Count is tied at 2 balls and 2 strikes. L.J. McDowell steps off the mound. They're going to say time was called by Jake Rybicki. Rybicki checks Bill Shaw at third base and now steps back in to the batter's box. The 2-2 pitch is outside and the ball's going to get away from the catcher. And the Twins are going to score a run. Scott Wolverton, the catcher, cannot quite track that one down. And Thomas Green scores. I'm not sure if they're going to score that a wild pitch or if just the ball gets away from the catcher. The ball was in the dirt and bounced, but it got away from the catcher.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably going to be a wild pitch. Anytime it hits in front like that, it's they usually charge it to the pitcher.
So 3 runs here for the Twins in the top of the first. Runner on third. Count is 3 balls and 2 strikes. As Rybicki lines one, a short one, and it's going to stay foul as the first baseman, Easton Rent, couldn't quite track it down. Rybicki is doing everything he can to stay alive here in the count.
You're doing a great job of staying alive there, that's for sure.
Running the pitch count up for L.J. McDowell. Count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out in the inning. The 3-2 pitch is inside. He's going to be walked. Ball 4. So far, every batter for the Twins has been on base. Batting 7th is going to be the catcher, number 34, Julian Leon. Leon pitched 2 innings last night as the Twins lost to Great Bend. Leon is catching tonight, though. Runners on the corners, first and third. 1 out in the inning. Neither runner is taking a very big lead as Easton Rent is holding the runner on at first. We're going to get a throw down to second on the steal, and it's not going to be in time as Jake Rybicki puts on his wheels and just about slides over second base, but he's in safe. Bryce Donovan's in at third. Jake Rybicki at second. 1-0 the count. Pitch is going to be high and called ball 2. These hitters for the Twins are being very patient as they're going to make L.J. McDowell throw strikes, which he's been struggling at so far.
Sure has. Just not in control right now.
2-0 the count. Got a soft hit to the second baseman, and he's going to throw it to first to get the second out of the inning. But Bryce Donovan is going to score. Twins have 4 runs here in the top of the first and have a runner on third. Julian Leon gets an RBI, but is the first Twins batter to not make it on base. Colton Whitehouse, the first baseman, is now up to bat for the Twins. Whitehouse batting from the left-hand side. He's going to take ball 1 that's way outside. L.J. McDowell wastes no time and steps right back on the mound. 1 ball and no strikes to Colton Whitehouse. The 1-0 pitch is again outside. Good snag from Scott Wolverton, the catcher, to not let it be a pass ball. 2-0 the count. Runner on third is Jacob Rybicki. Rybicki was walked and is now taking a lead on third. 2-0 pitch is just outside for ball 3. Colton Whitehouse is being very patient as he faces L.J. McDowell. 3-0 the count. 2 out. Runner on third. The 3-0 pitch is going to be in there for a called strike. Catches the outside corner for strike 1. 3-1. Whitehouse steps back in. 3-1 pitch. Going to be swung on. A high chopper to second. And the throw is just going to be in time. Going to get out Colton Whitehouse. The Twins score 4 runs and leave 1 on base. Back here for the bottom of the first inning. After this, you're listening to the Sunflower Collegiate League on KGSO.
You've driven by forever, but you...
Before the damage is done there, it's 4-0 before you know it.
On the mound tonight for the Derby Twins is their ace, number 28, Jake Hammond. Hammond appeared last Thursday night, the opening night for the Twins, and he threw 6 scoreless innings and only gave up 2 hits against the Kansas Cannons. Jake Hammond is back on the mound and looks to deliver the first pitch at the bottom of the first inning. And he does so, and it's low into the dirt for ball 1. Braden Whitchurch, the leadoff batter for the Monarchs, steps in Hammond, a hard-throwing right-hander. As this ball hits the dirt and bounces away from the catcher, Julian Leon. The count's going to go to 2-0. The Monarchs are coached by Darren McHugh. And their general manager is Mark Blackham. As Hammond gets one in there for a called strike one. 2-1 the count. Hammond from the stretch. The 2-1 pitch. Just outside. Whitchurch being a patient hitter as he's leading off for the Monarchs. 3-1 the count. Jake Hammond going from the stretch. The 3-1 pitch is a ball in the dirt. Braden Whitchurch is on base with a walk to start the game for the Monarchs. The designated hitter, number 9, Dylan Nedved, is up for Hutchinson.
Nedved comes in batting .333. He's appeared in 2 games, has been up to bat 6 times, has scored 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 double, and has 3 base on balls.
The first pitch to Dylan Nedved is inside for ball 1. Colton Whitehouse is holding Braden Whitchurch on at first. Whitchurch not taking a very big lead. As a second pitch to Nedved is a ball in the dirt for ball 2.
I was curious how you were going to call Hutchinson Monarchs Braden Whitchurch. Notice one's a Whitchurch and there's a Whitechurch for the Derby Twins.
Yeah, we got Whitchurch, and I believe we have Whitehouse for the Twins. So Whitchurch is on first. And there's a hit ball, shallow to center field, and Jenkins runs in and makes a diving catch. Terrific catch from the center fielder, Dorian Jenkins, right in front of the Wichita State logo. Didn't think he was going to be able to run that one down, Frank.
No, great job there by the center fielder.
Jenkins
for making that play.
He had a long ways to cover, and that ball was diving quick. So the first out of the inning, Nedved flies to the center fielder, Dorian Jenkins. Whitchurch still on first. As Colton Cowser's in there for a called strike one on the inside corner.
Cowser comes into the ball game batting .667. He's appeared in 1 game, has been up to bat 3 times, and has 2 hits with 1 RBI and 1 base on balls.
As that ball is hit right to the shortstop, and it's going to be not a double play as it gets away from the first baseman, and now it's going to be thrown down to second. And the tag is going to be in time. It was going to be a 6-4-3 double play. They got the out at second, overthrew him at first. Whitehouse had to stretch for it, couldn't quite get it. And then the catcher, Julian Leon, tracks it down over beyond first base as he was backing up Whitehouse, and he throws it down and gets the runner at second. The Monarchs leave 1 on.
Outdoor patio with a fire pit. As always, we do our Fireball Power Hours and our Happy Hour specials.
Find Champs online at Champs ICT.
The Twins end the first inning on a very odd double play, but nonetheless, they got the Monarchs out for a double play, and now the Twins are back up to bat. They're at the bottom of the lineup, batting in the 9th hole. Number 5, Jarrett Coyne. As Coyne steps in and takes a called strike one.
Coyne comes in batting 143. He's appeared in 2 ball games, has been up the bat 7 times, has 1 run scored and 1 hit.
Jarrett Coyne is playing second base tonight. Last night he came in relief for the Twins, and he gave up 2 home runs. So Coyne is playing second base tonight, and he is number 5. He steps back in, ahead in the count, 2 balls and 1 strike. A 2-1 pitch is going to hit him. Got him right in the back. Jarrett Coyne is hit by a pitch. And that's going to bring the Twins back to the top of their lineup. Dorian Jenkins, the center fielder, who had a single to start the game on the error from the shortstop. Mason Lowe is back up. Jenkins batting from the left side, the runner on first. L.J. McDowell appeared to settle down a little bit. His first 2 pitches were strikes, and then he loses a batter as he hits him. Jenkins appears to bunt and then pulls back for ball 1.
As he squared up there, that third baseman come hustling in, Lofton for Hutchinson, and that was too high to lay down, so Jenkins stayed off of it.
1-0 the count. And the throw back to first. Jarrett Coyne gets back. He had a pretty big lead. He might have got picked off, but the throw was off balance, and Easton Rent had to dive to get back and make the catch. Jarrett Coyne gets back safely as Dorian Jenkins steps back in, and Coyne takes another lead at first. Rent is holding him on once again as the 1-0 pitch. Jenkins takes off, but it's going to be a foul ball. Coyne goes back to first, and Jenkins ties the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Jenkins came into the balls game batting .400. He appeared in 3 games so far. Has been at bat 10 times, and has 4 hits with 4 runs scored and 4 base on balls and 2 strikeouts.
The 1-1 pitch. Jenkins again is going to try to lay down the bunt, but the ball was too high for 2 balls and 1 strike.
He's also leading the Derby Twins in stolen bases with a total of 3 stolen bases so far for the season.
2-1 the count. Coyne's got a big lead at first. He tried taking off last time, and he's going to be throw back this time. He gets back just in time. Coyne has taken a big lead. He tried taking off one time, but it got interrupted by a foul ball down the third base line. 2-1 the count. Dorian Jenkins the batter. Jenkins scored the first run of the game. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Dorian Jenkins could not connect on that one. Count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jenkins steps back in. The 2-2 pitch. Just outside, just missing. Count is now full at 3-2.
That was a good pitch by McDowell. He was trying to hit that outside corner, and like you said, just missed the corner.
Last game, that might have been a called strike 3, but switched umpires. This is going to be ball. And this one is going to be fouled back as Jenkins stays alive with the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. We got Mitchell Austin, the third baseman, is on deck. And Justin Bundy is coming up third. 3-2 the count. Again foul, this time right to the Derby Twins dugout. Ends right in the construction area, right behind the Twins' makeshift dugout, as we're still locked at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And Coyne was taken off there from first base on that pitch.
No outs in the inning so far. 3-2 the count. Jenkins back in the batter's box and is going to be walked. Ball 4 just missed, was high. Dorian Jenkins is on base for the second time tonight. Mitchell Austin was walked his last time up, and he scored as well. He scored on the Thomas Green single. So Mitchell Austin is batting from the left-hand side. He steps in. Runners on first and second. Nobody out in the top of the second. The delivery is just outside. He's trying to catch that outside corner, and he is within inches of catching it. Couldn't quite get it on that one.
Got a good location, just barely missing.
Want another count? The 1-0 pitch. A bunt laid just down the third base side. It's going to be the throw to first is just in time. But he advances the runners, and that was his main goal. Dorian Jenkins goes to second. Jarrett Coyne is at third. Both runners in scoring position. And that brings up Justin Bundy, the right fielder. Bundy, number 7, bats from the left-hand side.
Sorry about that. And a good job there by the head coach, Bill Shaw. Just playing small ball, move the guys in scoring position. What you need to do as a team.
Justin Bundy has the team's only home run. He hit it last night to dead center field. As that pitch from L.J. McDowell is down for ball 1. McDowell just has never got settled in yet.
No, he's not. He's right around the plate, but he's just missing just outside. Like I say, he's really putting them in decent locations, but just barely off the plate.
And as that pitch was over the plate, just high in the zone for ball 2. 2-0 the count. And now 3-0 the count. Just missed on the outside corner. 1 out in the inning. Dorian Jenkins on second. Jarrett Coyne is on third. 3-0 the count. Outside once again for ball 4. Justin Bundy is on, and the bases are loaded with 1 out.
McDowell just gave up his third base on balls here in the ball game, just in the second inning.
No action in the bullpen yet for the Monarchs, as everybody but 2 people have been on, and both of those batters have had RBIs. Bases are loaded, 1 out, top of the second. As that pitch is in there for a called strike, 1 on the outside corner on Thomas Green, the shortstop. 0-1 the count. L.J. McDowell sets from the stretch, delivers. Ball bounces in front of the plate. It was going to be an off-speed pitch. Didn't quite make it to the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bryce Donovan, the DH. Number 37 is on deck. Donovan singled his last time up. And Thomas Green singled as well, scoring 2. Swing and a miss for Thomas Green. Strike 2. 1-2 the count for the shortstop, Thomas Green. 1 out in the inning. Bases are loaded. Green steps back in. The 1-2 pitch is a ball low in the dirt for ball 2. Twins are being very patient at the plate thus far.
And Green's the leading batter for the Derby Twins, batting .455 in just 3 ball games.
The 2-2 pitch just about gets Thomas Green, and he has to duck because it went over the top of his head. Count is now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out in the inning. The Twins scored 4 in the first and look to add to that here. The 3-2 pitch swung on and hit to the shortstop, and it's going to be another error. It gets over top of the shortstop after it hit its glove. 1 scores, 2 scores, and they're going to have runners on the corner now. Jarrett Coyne scores. He was already on third, and Dorian Jenkins, who was on second, scored as well. Going to be the second error for the shortstop, Mason Loader Knight. It was a hard-hit ground ball, but he should have made the play. Hit his glove, it bounced over his head, and the center fielder had to come in and make the play.
he was a little flat-footed there. Didn't quite charge the ball like he should have, and it ended up eating him up and bouncing off his glove going into center field.
6-0. The Twins lead it. Runner on third and runner on first. Bryce Donovan, the designated hitter, steps up. Throw back to first. It's way off target. The first baseman is going to track it down in left field. And Thomas Green goes to second. Justin Bundy just jogs home. 7-0. Twins are way out in front. And L.J. McDowell is certainly flustered, as that was just a pickoff throw back to first. Was way out, and it hit the backstop.
Yeah, and Hutchinson's already recorded their third error of the ball game.
Now we have action in the Hutchinson bullpen. We just saw one of their players go out there. And that pitch is going to be a wild pitch, as Donovan has to duck out of the way and walks all the way around the batter's box. And Bryce Donovan steps back in. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. Thomas Green is on third. The Twins lead at 7-0. We're in the top of the second. 1 out. The 1-0 pitch swung on and fouled back. And Bryce Donovan just got a little bit of that one. Evens the count. 1 ball and 1 strike.
You got the infield in now with the runner at third base and still only 1 out here in the top half of the second inning.
That ball hits in front of the plate, bounces, and Scott Wolverton tracks it down, holding Thomas Green at third. 2 balls and 1 strike to the designated hitter, Bryce Donovan. From the stretch, the 2-1 pitch is inside and high. Donovan was just about to turn on it and caught himself and pulled back. Count is 3 balls and 1 strike. Jake Rybicki is on deck, and that ball is going to be hit to third, and it's going to be thrown to first for the out. But Thomas Green for the Twins, he scores, making it 8-0.
Yeah, third baseman Lofton looked in home and thought about throwing in home and decided to go to first for the out.
Like you mentioned, the Monarchs already have 3 errors. Just wanted to play it safe, get the out at first, and try to get back into the dugout. Jacob Rybicki, the left fielder, number 2, steps in and takes ball inside. 1-0 the count, 2 outs in the inning. Twins have scored 4 runs in each inning. As Rybicki takes ball 2 on the outside. Colton Whitehouse is on deck. Called strike 1 on the outside corner to Rybicki. The 2-1 pitch. Right down the middle for a called strike 2.
And just think about this, Anthony, the pitcher has only given up 2 hits, but he's had 3 errors in the ball game, 4 base on balls, and 1 hit batsman to put those runners on base, and Derby has taken advantage of it.
What has really hurt them is the 3 errors. They had the throw to first that scored a run, and then they had Mason Lowe at shortstop, who could not make the play both of those times, and the second time it scored 2 runs, as should have been ball 4, but Jake Rybicki was just nicked and hit by a pitch. So now, going to bring up the catcher, Julian Leon. Now Colton Whitehouse is on deck. So Julian Leon is up to bat.
Julian Leon is the catcher that was backing up first base as the ball was overthrown to first and ended up throwing out the runner at second base. And that did exactly what he needed to do, was backing up the base.
Going to have a stolen base from Rybicki. Rybicki is very quick, put on the wheels. Good throw down from the catcher, Scott Wolverton. Not in time, as Rybicki slid just under the glove and got in for another stolen base. Rybicki has got to be testing Jenkins. You said Jenkins is the leader for stolen bases, but Rybicki has got to be testing him. He's right there as well. Going to go off for another stolen base, and he gets there as well. Rybicki is now on third. thanks to 2 stolen bases. But the count is no balls and 2 strikes to Julian Leon.
But showing Rylicki only had 1 stolen base, but like he just added 2 more right there.
0-2 the count to the catcher, Julian Leon. Has the pitch and the ball. Got 2 outs in the inning. Jake Rybicki is on third. Julian Leon down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes as that ball bounces multiple times in front of the plate. And the count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And I think Hutchinson finally does have somebody up throwing a left-hander.
Still a beautiful night for baseball here at X Stadium. Couldn't ask for a better night for the Sunflower Showcase. We have a swing and a miss. McDowell gets his first strikeout of the game. The Twins add 4 more runs and leave 1 stranded on third. We'll be back for the bottom of the 2nd inning after this right here on Fox Sports Radio. Is going to be batting from the right-hand side as he's got to get something going as his team trails 8-0 and we're just in the bottom of the 2nd.
Yeah, there, Anthony, the Derby Twins, they scored 4 runs on no hits, 2 hit batsmen, 2 base on balls, and 2 errors, and left 1 stranded.
Taylor Barber leading off for the Monarchs. Jake Hammond is on the mound for the Twins. And Hammond is going to deliver the first pitch at the bottom of the 2nd. Going to be a called strike 1 on the outside corner for Hammond. Oh, and 1 the count. The 0-1 pitch is going to be a called strike 2 right out over the plate. Barber didn't swing. The Twins are led by their general manager, Jeff Wells. Jeff follows the team everywhere they play and occasionally does some play-by-play for the Twins.
Barber comes into the ballgame batting .571, has appeared in 2 games, has been up the bat 7 times, has 4 hits, scored 3 runs, 1 double, 1 RBI, 1 base on balls, and 1 hit batsman with 2 strikeouts so far for the season.
1 ball and 2 strikes to Barber. The 1-2 pitch is in the dirt, low for ball 2. Good stop from the catcher, Julian Leon for the Twins, not letting it get back to the backstop. 2-2 the count. Hammond delivers from the stretch. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He struck him out. Hammond's first strikeout of the game. Now batting for the Monarchs is number 19, the 3rd baseman, Jackson Lofton. Lofton steps in, batting from the right-hand side. Delivery from Jake Hammond. Is hit right through the gap over second base. The first base runner here in the bottom of the second inning for the Monarchs is number 19, Jackson Lofton, singles right through the gap.
And that is Lofton's first base hit of the season. He was 0 for 2 coming into the ball game and had struck out one time. So he records his first hit of the season. Congratulations.
The first baseman, number 25, Easton Rent, is up, batting from the left-hand side. It's going to be a called strike one, just catching the outside corner for Jake Hammond. Jackson Lofton being held on at first by Colton Whitehouse, not taking a very big lead. Rent steps back in from the left-hand side. 0-1 the count. Swing and a miss, strike two. Now down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes as the Monarchs trail the Twins 8-0.
Good job there by Hammond. He just came right after him and challenged him.
The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. He struck him out. Second strikeout this inning for Jake Hammond. The catcher, number 20, Scott Wolverton, is batting for the Monarchs. Going to be batting from the right-hand side, trying to advance the runner on first.
Scott comes in batting .333, has appeared in 2 games, been up the bat 6 times, has 2 hits, scored 2 runs, 1 RBI, 1 base on balls, and 2 strikeouts so far for the season.
Wolverton steps in. Still not a big lead at first. Swing and a miss. Hammond's throwing the heat. Hammond steps right back on the mound, wasting no time. 0-1 the count. A stretch from the belt. Called strike 2. Owen to the count, 2 outs. Bottom of the second inning. The 0-2 pitch just missed outside.
That was a nice pitch there by Hammond. Threw it to where he kind of trying to bait it Wolverton, but Wolverton stayed off of it and took the count down to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
The 1-2 pitch is high and inside for ball 2. That Jackson Lofton, the base runner at first, has made no sign of stealing second as he is taking a very minimal lead and being held on by Colton Whitehouse, the first baseman for the Twins. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch in the dirt. Just as I say that, he steals second, but the ball was in the dirt.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. You can tell the difference. The Derby's really been aggressive on the bases, and he must have heard you because Lofton took off on the pitch and was able to steal the base.
Didn't have a very big lead. He was kind of being held on, and then the ball was in the dirt, and he took off.
Yeah.
The count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes, and now we're going to have a meeting at the mound. Julian Leon wants to talk it over with Jake Hammond. He's got a runner on second. Jackson Lofton, the second base runner of the game for the Monarchs. He's the only runner in the game for the Monarchs that has been in scoring position. 3-2 the count to Scott Wolverton. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. The 0-2 pitch. Down for ball 4. Scott Wolverton just takes ball 4 and gets on base.
Hammond didn't miss by much. That was an outside pitch, just missing the corner.
The right fielder, number 27, is at the bat, Keith Wolverton.
Keith comes in batting .286. He's appeared in 2 games, has been up the bat 7 times, has 2 hits, 1 double, 2 RBIs. He's been hit 1 time, and then has 3 strikeouts with 1 sacrifice.
Ball was low and in the dirt for ball one. Keith Wolverton batting from the right-hand side, steps back in. One another count. Runners on first and second. 2 outs in the inning. Ball's in there over the plate for a called strike one. Jackson Lofton on second. Scott Wolverton on first. The 1-1 pitch from Hammond. Just missed. Ball two. The Twins are coming off a bad loss last night, losing 15-9 to Great Bend. They were trailing 15-4 after the 7th inning, but they scored 5 runs in the 8th to send it to the 9th. On Saturday, the Twins lost to El Dorado. Trevor Rigglesworth was on the mound. The Twins have not won a game since the opening night for them, which was last Thursday night when they beat the Kansas Cannons 5-0. That is their only win of the season so far. As Hammond just missed inside and it's going to load the bases up. Keith Wolverton was walked. And the shortstop, number 5, Mason Lowe, is up to bat for the Monarchs. This is the Monarchs' opportunity. Bases loaded. They do have 2 outs.
Well, if he gets a base hit here, he'll make up for a couple of those errors that he has had during the game here. Surely a base hit may score 2 runs for him.
I think Lowe has had 2 of the 3 errors, if I'm right.
You're correct.
1-0 count. Bases are loaded. Bottom of the second. Twins lead it 8-0. The 1-0 pitch. Called strike one on the outside corner. Jake Hammond got the call that time.
For the season, Lowe is batting .250. He has had 2 hits here in the season as he's been up to bat 8 times.
That pitch from Hammond just missed. Count is now 2 balls and 1 strike. Hammond had a good pitch count going, but here recently he's struggled with some of the batters. That pitch count is probably nearing the 30s. Missed just outside again. 3 balls and 1 strike to Mason Lowe.
Hammond has 3 walks for the ball game and 2 of them in this inning.
He had 2 early strikeouts in the inning. You thought he was on a roll, and then he's walked the last 2. As he walks that one too, he walks in Jackson Lofton. First run of the game for the Monarchs. Mason Lowe reaches first base, and the bases are still loaded up. Scott Wolverton's on third, Keith Wolverton on second, and Mason Lowe is now on first. And we've got time called. Looks like head coach Bill Shaw wants to speak with the home plate umpire. Some of those pitches from Hammond were just missing. They were close. Just missed. As now we have the pitching coach coming out with the umpire as well.
Yeah, he's getting the same call that McDowell's getting. You know, McDowell's been all over that plate and awful close, but just off. The umpire doing a great job giving both the pitchers the same calls.
Yeah, he's very consistent. Earlier I heard Kevin Jenks say, even if you don't like the umpire, all you want is consistency, and that's what he's been. That's what he's been tonight. Even if pitcher thinks it's a strike, he's calling it both ways.
And then the pitchers know what to expect, and so do the batters. That they know exactly what to expect once you go a couple innings and see what the strike zone is.
Now we've got a meeting at the mound. The pitching coach, Stephen Edwards, heads out to the mound. Jake Hammond had 2 strikeouts early on in the bottom of the second, but since has walked 3, and the Monarchs are on the board. 8-1, the Twins lead it 2 outs in the bottom of the second. And batting for the Monarchs now. It's going to be their leadoff man, number 12, Braden Whitchurch. He was walked his first time. Whitchurch bats on the right-hand side. Swing and a miss. The pitch from Hammond was low and outside, but he got Whitchurch to chase it. Owen won the count to Whitchurch. Same position he just did that last pitch to, but Whitchurch didn't chase this time. Count is even 1 ball and 1 strike. Bases are loaded. Bottom of the second. 2 outs. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss. I think he just got a little bit of it. The catcher caught it. 1-2 the count. Base hit should score 2. Strikeout will get Hammond out of the jam with minimal damage. Swing and a miss, and Hammond strikes him out. Gets out of the inning. The Monarchs score 1, but they leave 3 on base. Back for the top of the third inning after this, right here on Fox Sports Radio, Wichita, KGSO.
I'm so sorry to hear about
Number 24, a lefty, is on the mound now for the Monarchs.
Now pitching is Will
Reitz
coming in to pitch. He's from Hutchinson Community College out of Omaha, Nebraska.
Colton Whitehouse steps in and takes ball 1. 1-0 count. On deck, we got Jarrett Coyne. Gonna be a called strike 1 on Whitehouse. Count is even 1 ball and 1 strike. Last time up, Whitehouse grounded out to the third baseman to end the first inning. Swung on and softly hitting to the pitcher, and he's gonna be flipped to first. Nice little grounder to the pitcher, and the pitcher ran it over to first. Reet, that is. Could have been a possible broken bat. That's what it sounded like up here. He just didn't get much on it, and it sounded like one of those broken bats. So the first batter of the inning is retired for the Twins. And then we got Jarrett Coyne. Jarrett Coyne was hit by a pitch the last time up, and he scored in the second inning. Coyne steps in, batting from the right-hand side, and takes a called strike 1 right out over the inside of the plate. The 0-1 pitch from Reet. They're going to be swung on and lined to the shortstop. Shortstop goes to the left and makes the play. Throw to first, gets him out. Good play from the shortstop. Mason Lowe, he ran to his left and set his feet and throw and got the runner just in time.
Mason Lowe did a great job of moving his feet and going to his left to get that ball that was going up the middle.
And now we're back to the top of the lineup for the Twins. Dorian Jenkins has scored both times as he is a center fielder. And he takes inside for ball one. And Reed, the left-hander, resets. The 1-0 pitch to Jenkins is right over the plate, an off-speed pitch. Got him looking. 1-1 the count. Jenkins steps back in. 2 outs in the top of the third. 1-1 pitch. Same position, but a fastball this time. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jenkins was caught looking at both of them. Down on the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Reed delivers. He got him, struck him out looking on the inside corner. Reed from Hutchinson Community College in Omaha, Nebraska comes in and shuts the Twins down there in the 3rd inning. Frank, we saw in the first 2 innings, L.J. McDowell just could not get rolling. Reed there had no problem.
Yeah, 3 up, 3 down there for Reeds and shuts down the...
Last time, Nedved was up, so he is going to lead it off here for the Monarchs as they look to start a comeback, trailing 8-1 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Nedved is going to bat from the right-hand side. And Hammond steps on the mound and is ready to deliver. The first pitch at the bottom of the 3rd inning. Hammond delivers. Down in the zone in the dirt for ball 1.
It's important that Hammond gets on top of these batters here. You know, he started off with 2 strikeouts after giving up a base hit on the second batter, but then he walked the next 3 guys to get himself in trouble that last inning.
As Hammond delivers the ball outside for ball 2. And Nedved steps back in. 2-0 the count. Hammond delivers from the stretch. The 2-0 pitch. And they're going to get a called strike 1 on Dylan Nedved. He started to go and hold back, but they called a strike 1 on the outside corner. 2-1 the count. Hammond wastes no time and sets from the stretch. Just outside. Almost the same position. Maybe a little bit more outside. Didn't get the call this time. He's behind in the count. 3 balls and 1 strikes. Nedved looking to get on base for the first time tonight. The 3-1 pitch is going to be called for a ball outside. Dylan Nedved is walked.
And Nedved did exactly what he needs to do, is get on base and give Hutchinson a chance.
He was very patient. He saw one come just outside and he called for a strike. And he didn't push the other ones, and they were all balls. The left fielder, number 17 now, Colton Kauser, is at the bat. And that pitch is outside. Kauser is a left-hander. Hammond just missed on the opposite side of the plate this time, outside. 1-0 the count. Runner on first. Got a decent lead. And this time it's outside as well. As Julian Leon, the catcher, has a tough time holding on to the ball. Colton Whitehouse of the Twins is holding on. Dylan Nedved at first.
Looks like they got the air conditioner on in here, don't they?
Yes, they do. It's a beautiful night at the ballpark, though, so I don't know if it's needed tonight, but it was needed a little bit earlier for that first game. It was about 90 degrees, and I was like, man, I'm glad I got this air conditioning up here.
Well, I'll take this because yesterday I was at the Hillsboro doing the game in press box, and it was probably 110 degrees in there. It was so hot that our phones were shutting off. And we were on Facebook Live. That's not good.
And we're going to get another walk here from Jake Hammond. Colton Kauser reaches base. And now we've got runners on first and second with nobody out. Taylor Barber comes up. He had a strikeout his last time up. This pitch is high and outside for ball one. High and inside for ball one. Dylan Nedved on second. Colton Kauser is on first. The 1-0 pitch is over the plate for a called strike one. Got a decent crowd here for the nightcap. Just a beautiful night. Here the weather has been up and down. Just a beautiful night for the showcase.
Yeah, it sure is. It was 87 degrees here right before game time, and I'm not exactly sure what it's 82 now, so it's only dropped 5 degrees, but it's a great evening for baseball.
2-1 the count. The runners are moving. And swung on and fouled back. Both runners had a very good jump, but it didn't matter because it was fouled back by Barber. No outs in the bottom of the third. Hammond has runners on first and second. Both of those have been walked. And this one misses outside for a 3-2 count. We've got action in the Twins bullpen. Count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hammond sets and delivers the 3-2 pitch from the stretch. Swung on and hit to deep left field. The left fielder is going back and it hits the wall, bounces off the wall, and Rybicki is going to pick it up. 1 scores, 2 scores, and the third one is being held at second. Barber just drilled that ball, hits off the wall, and then bounces. And Rybicki had trouble tracking it down, but the Twins score 2.
They only scored 1. The runner from second base, Nedved, scored, and at third base is still Kauser. He was up on Nedved, but Nedved held up, thinking that ball might have been caught out in left field. So we got runners at second and third now.
So Frank is right, only the one scored. Nedved held up at third, and Barber at second. Deep hit ball. I thought for a second that it was going to carry, but it didn't quite carry. It got close. Jackson Lofton, who scored the first run for the Monarchs, is up, swing and a miss for strike 2. Score is now 8-2. The Twins are still in the lead in the bottom of the third. No outs, runners on second and third. Hammond gets one. Another deep ball hit to left field, and Rybicki runs this one down, but there's going to be a tag. Nedved tags third and runs home. Another deep hit ball. Jake Rybicki in left field makes the long run and tracks it down.
Got a sacrifice fly there by Lofton to score the run. Now makes it 8-3 in favor of Derby.
Barber still at second. The ball's in the dirt. Jackson Lofton.
Looks like the bats finally came alive there for Hutchinson.
Yeah, they had trouble, and in the first and second inning, almost all the batters that happened in the second inning were walked, but they're getting them to deep left field now as we got a swing and a miss. Number 25, Easton Rent. Rent steps back in. He also plays first base. 1-1 the count. 1 out. In the bottom of the third inning, Twins lead it 8-3. And we're going to get a step off here from Hammond.
Hammond was trying to see whether Barber was going to be taken off or not. That's made a little move and just stepped off.
The 1-1 pitch from Hammond. Swung on and hit to the second baseman. Diving play, loses his glove, and can't make the throw, but he knocks it down, holding the runner at third. Good play from Jarrett Coyne. He had to run a long ways, dove at it, knocked it down, lost his glove, couldn't make the throw, but he held the runner at third.
A great hit there by Rent. Put that in the hole, and like you say, the second baseman Coyne made a great job of getting to the ball and stopping it before and made Barber have to stop him at third base.
I'm going to call a ball there. 1-0 the count on Scott Wolverton. He walked last time. He was the one that led everything off by being walked. This pitch is high for ball 2. Looks like Spencer Cochran is warming up in the bullpen for the Twins. 2-0 the count on Scott Wolverton. And that ball is not in there. Going to call ball 3. And Hammond does not want to load the bases up with only 1 out. Runners in the corners. 3-0 pitch. In there for a called strike 1 on Scott Wolverton.
And Renther at first base was not going anywhere. He just watched the pitch.
3-1 the count. Scott Wolverton steps out. And Hammond steps back on the mound. Going to deliver from the stretch. 3-1 the count. The 3-1 delivery. Swung on. Off Hammond's glove to the second baseman. Could be a double play. And it is going to be a double play. A 4-6-3 double play to end the third inning. But the Monarchs score 2 and leave 2 on base. At the end of 3, the Derby Twins lead it 8-3. Back for the 4th after this here on KGSO. Top of the 4th inning, the Derby Twins lead it 8-3, but the Monarchs are making a run as their bats have finally started to click. Leading off for the Twins is number 15, Mitchell Austin, the third baseman.
And pitching for Hutchinson is number 34, Zach Philpin, left-handed pitcher from Hutchinson Community College. 6'2", 215-pounder.
We'll see if he had the success that Reed just had. Has the first pitch of the ball. Want to know the count? As they're going to say he went around for a swing. Mitchell Austin tried to hold up, but they're going to say he went. One ball and one strike is what the count is. The 1-1 pitch again starts to go around and doesn't go around this time. Last time up, he grounded out in the second inning to the second baseman. Two and one the count. From the stretch. Swung on and fouled down the first base side. Just got some of it to get it to dribble down the first base side. 2-2 the count. The Twins had 4 in the first and 4 in the second. Didn't get anybody on in the third. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Great pitch there by number 34, Zach Philbin. Record a strikeout.
Justin Bundy, the right fielder, is up to bat for the Twins.
Philbin.
Bundy batting from the left-hand side. Steps in. 1 out in the inning. As this pitch just connects on the outside corner for a strike one. Bundy steps back in. 0-1 the count. 0-2 the count. He started to go around and stopped, but it was a called strike in the exact same location. And Bundy quickly down on the count. No balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here on the top of the 4th. Just missed. Bundy thought they got him. He kind of hit his bat in the dirt, but he called it a ball. 1-2 the count. The 1-2 pitch. Hit down the first base side.
It's going to be foul.
And it's going to be foul.
Yeah, first baseman there, Rent almost touched that, but he brought his glove back just in time and it went foul.
Instead, there was no signal from the ump on the first base side, so I didn't know which way they were leaning, and I didn't know if he got a hand on it or not. You had a better angle than I. You're right down that line, so I didn't know if he got a hand on it or not. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Justin Bundy. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Bundy struck out, just like Mitchell Austin. 2 outs, just like that for Zach Philbin.
Philbin's coming in and done a great job here this inning. Is really in the groove, throwing a lot of strikes and making the batters miss.
Thomas Green, the shortstop, set to check in the batter's box. Called strike. Down on the count. No balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. Way outside. Ball is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Twins have not had anything going since they scored 4 in the second. Swung on and fouled down the first base side into the upper row of the bleachers here at X Stadium. Now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You know, looking at the stadium now, and those, there are empty bleachers up there right now. But boy, I can't wait for the NBC to see all the fans in the bleachers up there.
Yeah, the NBC is July 27th through August 10th as we get a ball outside. But yes, it's a perfect way to keep fans here at X Stadium since Lawrence Dumont went out. This league is bringing the excitement of having the players who have never been here play here before. And then, as you mentioned in the pregame, both teams are usually here for the NBC, so it's kind of getting them familiarized as well.
Well, you know, I've been announcing for many years, but I remember the first time that I announced here at WSU, and it was a thrill. And so, can you imagine for the players to be able to play here? It's got to be fantastic for them, and to showcase the Sunflower Leg like we're doing here on Tuesdays is just great.
Thomas Green steps back in. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs in the top of the 4th. Swung on in line to the shortstop. And he cannot make the play. Mason Lowe had a good play on it. He was diving for it, but he should have made the play. It bounces off his glove. And we'll see if they record that as an error or not. Yes, they do. They record it as the 4th error. That is Mason Lowe's 3rd error of the game.
Yeah, he was in the hole there, but like you say, he looked like he should have came up with that and make the out, but was not able to.
Thomas Green is on for the Twins. Bryce Donovan, the designated hitter, batting from the right-hand side, as now Philippine steps off. Green, not a very big lead on first. And the pitch to Donovan is going to be high for ball 1. In the top of the 4th inning here at X Stadium, the Twins lead it 8-3. 2 outs here. Runner on first. Donovan the batter. And time is called. It's 9:20 here. Played just over an hour. Twins had things rolling in the first and in the second, but since then the Monarchs have picked it up and scored 3 of their own. Ball was outside. Count is now 2-0. Green still with a minimal lead on first. He's being held on by Easton Rent. 2-0 the count. The pitch, swing and a miss by Donovan for strike 1 of the at-bat. Donovan steps back in. And Philbin from the stretch. 2-1 the count. Checks the runner at first. And delivers the 2-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Two and two the count.
Donovan doing a great job of fighting those pitches off.
Donovan steps back in, 2-2. Thomas Green on first. He takes off, swing and a miss, and it's going to end the top of the 4th. Thomas Green had a good jump, but it doesn't matter. Donovan struck out. All 3 outs this inning come from strikeouts. Back to the bottom of the 4th. See what the Monarchs can do. Right here on Fox Sports Radio, Wichita, KGSO.
Every day, thousands of vehicles travel.
Jake Hammond is back out and on the mound for the Twins, as the Monarchs scored 1 run in the 2nd and 2 in the 3rd and look to build on that here in the bottom of the 4th. Leading off for them is number 27, Keith Wolverton. Last time he was up, he walked. So we'll see what he can do in this at-bat against Hammond. Hammond's first pitch in the bottom of the 4th. Going to be a strike out over the plate. Hammond has had himself in 2 jams, and he's been very fortunate to get out only one run in the second, and then he was in a jam in the second, or in the third, but he gave up 2 runs there. Out over the plate for a called strike 2. Hammond's ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes to Keith Wolverton.
Hammond so far in 3 innings, he's given up 3 runs on 3 hits, 6 base on balls, and 3 strikeouts.
No balls and 2 strikes to pitch. A little bit high and inside for ball 1. On deck for the Monarchs is the shortstop, number 5, Mason Lowe. Mason Lowe walked his last time up, but has struggled from the field. The 1-2 pitch swung on and fouled back from Keith Wolverton. Just got a piece of that one to stay alive in the count.
And Hutchinson needs base runners. They're down 8-3.
Wolverton steps back in, down on the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hammond sets from the stretch. Going to be high and outside for ball 2. Fired in 2 straight pitches for strikes, and since then has been high on the last 2. Last time up, Wolverton got the second, but didn't advance past there. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Drake Hammond struck him out. Mason Lowe, the shortstop, steps in after the strikeout from Keith Wolverton. Jake Hammond got him right over the plate with a fastball. Lowe, batting from the right-hand side, steps in. Jake Hammond from the stretch delivers a pitch. Over the plate, but it's going to be called ball 1. Must have just missed Lowe. 1-0 the count. Twins lead at 8-3 in the bottom of the 4th inning. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. 1-1 the count.
That looked like that was at the eyes of Lowe, and well, he must like the high pitches because he went after it.
Lowe steps back in, 1-1 the count. Just outside and low for ball 2. Hammond steps off the mound, rubs his hand in some dirt, and now resets. 2-1 from the belt. Swing, and I think he just fouled a little bit of it off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Mason Lowe appeared to be behind it on that one. 2-2. The Monarchs have 3 hits tonight. It's hard to believe, but the Twins only have 2. But due to the errors from the Monarchs, the Twins have 8 runs. So the Monarchs have more hits than the Twins. Just not able to advance all the base runners. The count is full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The 3-2 pitch from Hammond. Swung on and hit to shallow right field, and it's going to stay fair. Justin Bundy bobbles it. Another throw down to second is not going to be in time, as Thomas Green has to run into the infield and take the throw from Bundy. So Mason Lowe with a double right here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Actually, they scored that a base hit and an error. Looks like they put an error up on the for the Twins.
Must have called it the error when Bundy bobbled it out there in right field. This one is swung on and fouled back from the leadoff batter for the Twins, number 12, Braden Whitchurch. Whitchurch plays center field for the Monarchs. 0-1 the count. Runner on second. Nobody holding him on. Right over the plate for a called strike 2. Mason Lowe taking a decent lead at second as this pitch is outside for ball 1 of the at-bat. 1-2 the count. 1 out. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Twins have struggled since scoring 8 early in the game. As this pitch is low and in the dirt for ball 2.
Whitechurch is the leadoff batter, and one of his jobs is to get on base here. So let's see if he can't get a base hit and score another run for Hutchinson.
Yeah, base hit should score Mason Lowe at second. But he swings and misses an off-speed pitch from Jake Hammond. Braden Whitchurch strikes out. That off-speed pitch is kind of lower in the zone, and he got Braden Whitchurch to chase it and strike out. 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Runner in scoring position for the Monarchs. Number 9, Dylan Nedved. Nedved is the DH as he fouls one back. Down on the count, no balls and 1 strike. Hammond from the stretch delivers the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and hit towards the second baseman. And Jarrett Coyne flips it to Colton Whitehouse to end the 4th inning. Jarrett Coyne took it off 1 hop and threw it to Colton Whitehouse to end the inning. They leave
10 years ago, wind energy in Kansas was still a dream. And so was she. At Westar Energy, we spent the last decade building turbines that harness the wind and empower our state. So today, 32% of your energy comes from the wind. Now we're working on a smarter, more responsive power grid to handle even more renewable energy for Kansas. We've come a long way in 10 years, but the journey continues. That's why we'll keep paving the way to a brighter, more renewable future for all of us.
Stadium is where we're at the Sunflower Collegiate League. In the nightcap, the Derby Twins lead the Hutchinson Monarchs 8-3 as Jacob Rybicki, the left fielder, steps in for the Twins. In the first game of the night, the Mulvane Patriots beat the Endo Warhawks 5-1. As we have a swing and a miss from Rybicki to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Rybicki had a fantastic catch out in left field as he gets a single to the center fielder. Shot it right in between the gap of the second baseman and the shortstop.
Yeah, Rybicki records his first hit of the game here, and they starts it off right for the Derby Twins.
I believe that's the first base runner the Twins have had since scoring 4 runs in the second.
That's correct. Yeah, 1-2-3, 1-2-3 there. Philbin came in and really shut him down.
Julian Leon, the catcher, steps in, batting from the right-hand side. Takes ball 1. Rybicki on first. Gonna imagine he's probably gonna try to steal. He's done that both times he's been on base. Want to know the count. Checks the runner at first and delivers the pitch. Swing and a miss.
It's going to be a little bit more difficult because you got a left-handed pitcher, and he's looking right at him.
Last night in the Derby Twins game, there was 3 base runners get picked off against the Great Bend. And I think that's what led to the Twins not having any success losing to the Batcats last night, because their runners were getting picked off at first, and that was kind of setting the tone.
What'd you say that final score was?
15-9 last night.
15-9.
Yep, Great Bend had their bats going. I'm a part-time play-by-play announcer for the Derby Twins, as well as do some PA announcing there as well. And Frank, you do all over, right?
I do the same thing. I do for the Newton Rebels. I do the PA at home, and then all the away games I'll do play-by-play.
And then do you do some play-by-play here at the Sunflower Collegiate League, or not very much?
Not very much. I do for the NBC. The NBC, we do live stream all our games on YouTube, and they have me do play-by-play for those, usually the late games, and then I'll PA for the first 2 games.
Got a bunt laid down from Julian Leon. Advances the runner to second, as that was the main goal, to get Rybicki to second. So Leon bunts out for the first out of the inning. And now we've got Colton Whitehouse, the first baseman, stepping in from the left-hand side. Nobody holding Rybicki on at second. Swing and a miss. Whitehouse out in front of that one.
Yeah, Whitehouse looking for his first base hit of the ball game here for the Derby Twins. With a runner at second base, it would be a great time for him.
Whitehouse steps back in. Philbin from the stretch. Checks the runner at second. And now the 0-1 pitch. Swung on in line down the first base side, but it's going to be just foul.
Whitehouse really turned on that pitch and didn't miss by much, being fair, and so Rylecki hits back to second base.
A little bit out in front of it was Whitehouse. Had that one stayed fair, I believe the first baseman, Easton Rent, but had an easy play to step on first and maybe fire over and get the runner at third. No balls and 2 strikes to Colton Whitehouse. 1 out in the inning. Ball's in the dirt, and Rybicki acts like he's going to take third, but then retreats back to second.
Nice job there by Wolverton to stay in front of that pitch.
One and 2 the count. Colton Whitehouse steps back in. Zach Philbin delivers from the stretch. The 1-2 pitch is called strike 3 on the outside corner. Colton Whitehouse heads back to the dugout, not pleased with the call, but it just caught the outside corner and struck him out. And Jarrett Coyne now, batting from the right-hand side, steps in. Rybicki on second. Swing and a miss for Jarrett Coyne, strike 1. Taylor Barber, the second baseman, is acting like he's going to hold Rybicki on second, so he can't get as big a lead as he would like, but he's still got a fairly decent lead. No balls and a strike to Jarrett Coyne. Swung on late on the pitch, and he fouls it back near the first base side.
Coyne started off the top half of the second inning. He got hit by a pitch, and they ended up scoring a run. Then he grounded out the shortstop in the third, and so he's looking for his first base hit.
No balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Rybicki goes, and this one is going to be fouled down the right field line up into the upper deck of the bleachers, and then falls in to the Monarchs dugout. Rybicki was one to take third, but the foul ball sends him back to second. Jarrett Coyne steps back in. Coyne somewhat crowding the plate. No balls and 2 strikes to the second baseman, Jarrett Coyne. The 0-2 pitch struck him out on the outside corner. The last 2 batters from the Twins have been struck out looking both of them being on the outside corner. The Twins get one hit and leave one runner stranded on second. Back to the bottom of the sixth inning after this.
Gabriel Iglesias.
We are here. The Twins lead it 8-3. The Monarchs have more hits than the Twins. They have 4 hits. The Twins have 3. But due to all the trouble in the first 2 innings of the pitching for the Monarchs, the Twins lead it 8-3. And the Monarchs are up to bat here in the bottom of the 5th. Jake Hammond still in for the Twins. And he delivers a first pitch at the bottom of the 5th. Going to be a called strike one out over the plate. No balls and a strike. And this ball is low and in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. To Colton Cowser. He walked his last time up. That was in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 1-1 the count. Jake Hammond from the stretch delivers the 1-1 pitch. This one is high and outside for ball 2. Cowser steps out, takes a swing, and now steps back in. 2-1 the count. And here's the pitch. Ball is low and in the dirt for ball 3. Jake Hammond has been somewhat inconsistent. He'll start out hot, and then he'll go a few batters and walk him, and then he'll finish it off with a couple strikeouts. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Going to be a called strike on the outside corner. And we have action in the Derby bullpen.
Yeah, it looks like it's number 20. I'm trying to see exactly who
Appears to be
that is.
Spencer Cochran, I believe. Spencer Cochran appeared in the Twins' Saturday loss, as it appears Colton Cowser is walked. And now we're going to have a meeting at the mound.
Looks like that's going to be it for him.
And that is going to be it. We'll take a break here for a pitching change. We're here at X Stadium in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Champs Bar and Grill on South Seneca is a place to be for all the fun. Mike Chappell, you guys have something coming up very special on June 8th.
We're doing a charity pool tournament called Cues for Kids. We're hosting this. It's for Lexi's Lamb Foundation. Proceeds from the event will go to support Lexi's Lamb Foundation. They provide welcome bags for pediatric patients at Wesley's Children's Hospital. And like always, you can come here and play horseshoes anytime. We got a great outdoor patio with a fire pit. As always, we do our Fireball Power Hours and our Happy Hour specials.
Find Champs online at Champs ICT.
Shopping Pride Ag Ace Hardware of Maize is actually like reaping all the benefits of many stores, all under one convenient roof. With Pride Ag's already great product lines of Milwaukee, Steel, and Traeger, Pride Ag proudly welcomes the Big Green Egg to its grilling lineup. If you know anything about the Big Green Egg, you already know it's the ultimate cooking experience. Pride Ag has all your grilling accessories also. So much more than a hardware store. Pride Ag Ace Hardware of Maize.
Spencer Cochran in to pitch for the Derby Twins. He is in relief for the hard-throwing right-hander Jake Hammond, who went 4 innings and gave up 4 hits and 3 runs. And 7 batters walked. So Spencer Cochran is in relief to face the Monarchs.
And Cochran has been in this season so far. He started 1 game where he went 2 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 base on balls, 1 strikeout, and he did end up getting the loss in that game that he appeared in.
As we have a runner on first, and Cochran is still warming up.
Well, Jake Hammond really pitched a good game there for the Derby Twins. And now Cochran will be in on relief.
And the batter appears to be Taylor Barber. Barber walked his last time up. And the first pitch from Spencer Cochran
Got hit.
appears to hit Taylor Barber.
Well, now the umpire is saying no, get back in the
He
in
took
the
off
batter's
his
box.
shin guard
Yep.
and just started going down to first, and the umpire never officialed it to go down to first.
Right.
The pitch just appeared to be way inside.
Barber's actually 1 out of 2 today. He's struck out in the 2nd inning, and then he hit a double in the 3rd inning and had an RBI.
Spencer Cochran to deliver the 1-0 pitch. Low and outside for ball 2. Colton Kauser taking a decent lead at first. He's kind of being held on by Whitehouse. Cochran from the stretch. Cochran redshirted this year at Oklahoma State. As that pitch is over the plate but low for ball 3. And time is going to be called, and we're going to have a meeting at the mound. Hammond started out pitching very well, but it's kind of dwindled down, and Spencer Cochran comes in relief and throws 3 straight balls.
Well, Hutchinson wants to get into it back in the ball game. Like I said, they're down 8-3. This may be their chance here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, as they got the first runner on base and 3-0 to Barber.
Decent lead at first from Kauser, as that pitch is low and in the dirt for ball 4. Barber takes first on a walk. Now batting is going to be Jackson Lofton. Lofton plays 3rd base.
We'll see here if Hutchinson's aggressive or not, or whether they're going to try to move the runners over in scoring position.
As Cochran gets a pitch called for a strike on the outside corner, his first strike of the night. Cochran from the belt delivers the 0-1 pitch. Swung on and hit to left field. Rybicki running in on it, takes it off the bounce and throws to second. So the bases are all loaded up with no outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Jackson Lofton gets a single to left field. Rybicki takes it off 1 hop and throws it to the second baseman. And now it appears we got Race Trainer going to the bullpen.
And Hutchinson being aggressive there, letting Lofton swing the bat with no outs and runners at first and second. Now the bases are full.
As that pitch is going to be a ball. So we got Kauser on 3rd, Barber is on 2nd, and Jackson Loft on 1st. 8-3, the Twins lead it in the bottom of the 5th. Easton Rent, the lefty, up to bat, as he got an off-speed pitch. He's going to be high and outside for ball 2. Cochran from the stretch. And he's going to deliver the 2-0 from the belt. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Easton Rent not able to get a hold of that one. 2-1 the count. Bases are loaded. No outs in the bottom of the fifth inning. The 2-1 pitch from Cochran. Way outside for ball 3.
Well, he's going to have to come with a strike here because there's nowhere to put the base runner unless he wants to bring Kauser in. Scoring from third base if you don't throw a strike.
3 balls and 1 strike. Bases are loaded. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on and hit right. Up to the second baseman. Could be a double play, and it is a double play. But 1 run scores, and the runner that scores is number 17, Colton Kauser. He scored from third, and Taylor Barber goes to third, but it was a 4-6-3 double play.
And the only way that play worked, that second baseman, Coyne was moving to his right on the pitch and was able to get to the ball.
They got a high pop-up, and it's out of play. I think he went into the construction zone over there. That's supposed to be the third base dugout.
Well, it looks like they've been doing some work there. I did PA here for the Class 5A, and when I did that, they had just tore that out, and it was just nothing but mud over there. Looks like they brought in some dirt and done some work.
No balls and a strike. As this one is called for strike 2, catches the outside corner. Scott Wolverton, the batter, batting from the right side. No balls and 2 strikes. A runner on third. That is Taylor Barber. The 0-2 pitch, just outside. Cochran wanted the call. Nobody holding the runner at third on, but he does not have a very big lead. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The delivery. Swung on and hit toward the shortstop. Thomas Green makes the play. Colton Whitehouse with the scoop. Thomas Green took the grounder and had a tough throw to first, and Colton Whitehouse scoops it up. And the Monarchs score 1 run, and there's no errors, and they leave 1 on base. After 5 innings, the Derby Twins lead it 8-4 over the Hutchinson Monarchs. For the Twins. And it appears Philibin is still on the mound for the Monarchs.
Actually, this is center
Dorian
fielder number 11.
Jenkins.
Yeah, Dorian
Yeah,
Jenkins batting.
That's my apologies. Dorian Jenkins, the center fielder, is leading off. He yells the usual leadoff hitter for the Twins, so they're at the top of the lineup. Mitchell Austin is perhaps on deck.
That's correct.
The 0-1 pitch. Just missed outside. Jenkins started to go and then pulled back because he realized it was outside. 1-1 the count.
Philbin has really done a great job for Hutchinson as he came in there in the 4th inning and kind of shut him down.
Swing and a miss from Dorian Jenkins. The Twins lead it 8-4 here, but the Monarchs are slowly creeping up as they're starting to get their bats going. The count is 1-2 strikes to Jenkins. The 1-2 pitch. Struck him out looking. Philbin has been using the corners, and that time he got Dorian Jenkins and struck him out looking. That is the second time Jenkins has struck out tonight. And now batting is Mitchell Austin, the third baseman.
That's Philbin's 6th strikeout in 2 1/3 innings.
Austin batting from the left-hand side, and that ball is low and in the dirt for ball 1. We are approaching hour number 2 of tonight's game for the Twins and the Monarchs. We started this game right at 8 o'clock, and it's 9:56 now. We are in the top of the 6th inning with the Twins leading it 8-4. And Mitchell Austin takes a called strike 1. 1-1 the count. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled down the first base side. And it's caught by one of the players in the Monarchs dugout. 1-2 strikes.
And temperature hasn't dropped that much. It's still 82 degrees here in Wichita. I think we started off, it was 87.
I believe you're right. As that pitch is low and inside for ball 2. Doesn't make a difference to us, though, because we got a nice press box up here and we're in the air conditioning.
Yeah, it got a little cool, too, for a second, but now it's kind of... We must have got used to it because it feels pretty good.
Certainly, as we got a ground ball, soft ground ball hitting to the first baseman, and Rent chases it down and steps on the bag right in front of Mitchell Austin. So we've got a ground out to the first baseman for the second out of the inning. And Justin Bundy, the right fielder, set to hit. Number 7, he bats on the left-hand side. Got the only home run of the year for the Derby Twins. He hit it last night to straightaway center field. Straightaway center field tonight, though, is going to be a different story because that's 390 out from straightaway center field. Swing and a miss for Justin Bundy for strike 1. No balls and a strike. It is just hard to believe, Frank, that the Twins only have 3 hits and they have 8 runs.
Yeah, those errors, like I say, they got 4 errors here in the ball game. Hutch does, and most of those happened in the first 2 innings that allow those 8 runs to score, and then a lot of walks to go with it. Hit batsmen, just you name it, it happened.
Philbin has settled in now. Count is 1-1 strike with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. As that one is low and in the dirt for ball 2. Bundy steps back in, batting from the left-hand side. From the stretch, Philbin delivers. This one is hit to center field, shallow center field, and it bounces over the center fielder's head, over the top of Braden Whitchurch, and Bundy's going for 3. The ball is way out in center field, and he's going to hold him up. Justin Bundy gets a triple. It went over the center fielder's head. He went in, dove for it. It bounced in front of him, went over to his head, and rolled way back near the warning track. The left fielder, Colton Cowser, had to run and track it down in deep center field. And Coach Bill Shaw held up Justin Bundy at third.
Yeah, Bundy records his 2nd hit of the ball game. And he's standing at third base with 2 outs here in the top half of the 6th inning.
Shortstop Thomas Green is batting now as he takes ball 1. Twins haven't scored a run since the top of the 2nd inning. They've scored 4 in the 1st and 4 in the 2nd. Since then, minimal base runners. The 1-0 pitch is just inside. At the right height, but just inside. Scott Wolverton did a good job of keeping the ball held for the ump to see, but call it ball 2. 2-0 the count. 2 outs. The 2-0 pitch. Over the plate for a called strike 1. Bundy somewhat being held on at third by Jackson Lofton. Not of a very big lead. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on and gets through the gap. Right in between the shortstop and the third baseman. Lofton was trying to hold on the runner, and the shortstop could not quite get to it. Mason Lowe attempted it but couldn't quite get to it, and Justin Bundy scores for the Twins, making it 9-4.
And a great job there by Thomas Green as he records his 2nd base hit of the ball game and the 4th time on base here in the game.
Just split the gap perfectly to Thomas Green. And now we've got Bryce Donovan, number 37, the designated hitter tonight, batting from the right-hand side, and now he calls time. Thomas Green being held on at first by Easton Rent. The pitch is low and outside for ball 1.
Also with that 2nd hit of the game there for Green, that's also his 2nd RBI.
As the Twins lead at 9-4 here in the top of the 6th inning. 2 outs. Justin Bundy highlighted the 6th with a triple to start it off, and Thomas Green scores him on a single. And Thomas Green takes off for 2nd. But it's going to be fouled back by Bryce Donovan.
And Derby being very aggressive there on the bases with 2 down here in the top half of the 6th inning.
It looks like we're going to need a new bat. Donovan walks all the way over to the dugout and gets a brand new bat.
Almost looked like he hit the end of that bat. The ball hit the end of the bat and might have cracked it or something, because you're right, he had to end up getting another bat.
1-1 the count to Bryce Donovan. Not a big lead at all on first base for Thomas Green. Donovan batting from the right-hand side. The 1-1 delivery is swung on and softly hit into right field. The second baseman, Taylor Barber, runs and tracks it down. So the Twins score 1. There is no errors, but there is one person left on base. That was Thomas Green, who had the RBI.
That's great.
At 265-6200.
American Family Insurance.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Spencer Cochran back on the mound for the Derby Twins as number 27, Keith Wolverton leads it off for the Monarchs, who trail 9-4 in the bottom of the 6th inning. And the first pitch at the bottom of the 6th inning from Cochran is low and outside for ball 1.
Yeah, Cochran was almost in trouble that last inning as he had the bases loaded, but that double play, the 4-6-3 double play kind of got him out of it, and he was able to just give up 1 run that last inning.
And this one is hit and just softly fouled back, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning here at X Stadium. Beautiful night for baseball on the first Sunflower Showcase here at X Stadium, the nightcap. As that one is called, strike 2 on the outside corner for Spencer Cochran.
I just think you get to do this every Tuesday. Wow.
Yes, it is beautiful ballpark, and hopefully we can get most of these Tuesday nights to be just beautiful weather, just like it was tonight. That would be perfect. And that one is just outside for ball 2. The last games I called here at X Stadium was the 5A state tournament, and we faced a lot of rain during that span. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Keith Wolverton. The 2-2 pitch from Cochran. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. He got him to chase an off-speed pitch outside. First out of the inning is a strikeout for Spencer Cochran. Now Mason Lowe set to bat for the Monarchs. Mason Lowe batting from the right-hand side, steps in. Called strike 1 on the outside corner.
Cochran has reached on base twice. He got a base on balls in the 2nd inning, and then got a base hit in the 4th inning. Was left stranded at 2nd base.
Mason Lowe steps back in, no balls and a strike. Cochran from the stretch. Just missed outside. Almost the same spot for Spencer Cochran. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The 1-1 pitch is way outside in the dirt this time for 1-1. And the delivery swung on, and a ground ball to the shortstop Thomas Green, and Green makes the throw to first. Whitehouse comes off the bag, jumps, and the umpire says he makes it back just in time before Mason Lowe. So a ground out to Thomas Green, who made a good throw, and the first baseman Colton Whitehouse did a good job of sticking the landing.
Yeah, Whitehouse there just saved an error for Thomas Green, because he did a good job of finding that first base and tagging it before the runner did.
As Cochran gets a strike 1 called on Braden Whitchurch, the leadoff batter of the lineup, I should say. The 0-1 pitch is hit to right field. It's going to be running in, and Justin Bundy makes the catch. So Braden Whitchurch flies out to right field. And there was nobody left on base and no errors for the Monarchs. After 6th inning, the Derby Twins lead the Hutchinson Monarchs 9-4. Back for the 7th inning right here on Fox. Number 2, Jacob Rybicki. Rybicki plays left field and is number 2.
Looks like we got a new pitcher there for Hutchinson, number 9, Dylan Nedved. Nedved was the designated hitter. He's coming in to here in the top half of the 7th inning to pitch.
And his first pitch is going to be in there for a called strike 1 on Jake Rybicki. Last time up, it appears Rybicki singled, and the time before that he was hit by a pitch. And now the 0-1 from Nedved is just low. Almost the exact same location from Dylan Nedved, but just low. 1 ball and 1 strike to Rybicki. This time it's just inside. 2 balls and a strike to Jake Rybicki. And Nedved delivers from the stretch. Swung on and hit to right field. And Keith Wolverton makes the catch in right field. Rybicki flies out to shallow right field. And now batting is going to be number 22. We have a pinch hitter here.
Number 22 for Derby?
For the Twins, yes. We do not have a official roster up here, so Frank is doing all of it on his computer.
Okay, number 22 looks like it's Taven Dawson.
And he hits one right to Mason Lowe at the shortstop. And this time, Mason Lowe makes the play. Took it off 1 hop, went to his knee, and made the play. It appears he was in for Julian Leon. And now Colton Whitehouse, number 25, is batting for the Twins. 2 out here in the top of the 7th inning. High and outside for ball 1.
When the Twins go back out on defense, we'll see whether Dawson, number 22, will be catching or not, or whether Leon comes back in to re-enter.
Swing and a miss. Whitehouse didn't get a hold of that one. Count is even, 1 ball and 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch is low and outside for ball 2. Whitehouse steps back in. The 2-1 pitch just hits the outside corner for strike 2. Good placing there from Dylan Nedved. He got it right on the outside corner and got the call. 2-2 the count. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. And now he steps off the mound. And Nedved delivers the 2-2 pitch. Low and outside. The count is now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. The Twins scored 1 run last inning, proving the score to 9-4, but have been quiet since the 2nd inning. Count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Whitehouse struck out. 1-2-3 for Dylan Nedved. They're in the top of the 7th inning. We're back for the bottom of the 7th inning at X Stadium after this.
When it comes to service
had the 7th inning stretch, and Spencer Cochran is back on the mound for the Twins. First pitch at the bottom of the 7th inning, swung on and hit down the third baseline. It's going to be a fair ball. And it goes all the way to the wall. And the throw in from Rybicki and Mitchell Lawson at second.
Actually, that is Dylan Nedved, the pitcher for Hutchinson, that just hit that double down the line.
So Cochran gives up his first extra base hit, I believe, as Rybicki got that one as it bounced off the wall and threw it into Mitchell Lawson at third. Nedved is standing at second, nobody holding him on. Swing and a miss. 0-1 the count. That is number 17, Colton Cowser. And the 0-1 pitch. This one is high to center field, and Jenkins is running it back, and it appears Nedved is going to tag to third, and Jenkins relays the third of the shortstop.
Great job there by Cowser, putting that ball deep to give Nedved a chance to advance to third base, just like a sacrifice.
And now batting is going to be number 18, Tyler Barber, the second baseman. Barber batting from the right-hand side. Got Dylan Nedved on third. Cochran delivers. Low and outside. Good job knocking it down from Dawson. Dawson, the new catcher, who came in last inning for Julian Leon. 9-4, the Twins lead it in the bottom of the 7th inning. 1 out. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. Cochran from the stretch delivers. Low and outside for ball 2. Two balls and no strikes as Cochran checks the runner at third and now delivers. And this one is over the plate but low. 3-0.
Barber looking for his second base hit here of the ball game. He had a double in the 3rd inning and had an RBI. Was left stranded at third base.
The 3-0 from Cochran. Catches the outside corner for strike 1. Barber steps back in. Cochran sets the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Again catches the outside corner, just about the same spot. Count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Count is full, 3-2. The 3-2 pitch. Line down the third base side, good snag. Checks the runner at third and throws to first, a good scoop. But Nedved scores. Dylan Nedved scores, but it was a good scoop from Mitchell Lawson at third to not let it be an extra base hit. Score is now 9-5, and Jackson Lofton is up to bat. And Lofton fouls one up to the upper deck along the first base side.
Along with that good scoop, Austin did the smart thing and just get the out. He had a chance to possibly get him at home plate, but just made the smart move and got the out at first base.
And Cochran delivers the 1-0 pitch. This one is popped up, and it appears it is going to be caught to end the inning. Jarrett Coyne goes into shallow right field to make the catch. There was no errors in the inning, but the Monarchs do add 1 more run, decreasing the deficit. Now 9-5, the Twins lead it after 7. Back for the 8th inning right here on Fox Sports Radio Wichita. Nedved on the mound again for the Hutchinson Monarchs. Top of the 8th inning, Jarrett Coyne leading off for the Twins. The Twins lead at 9-5. The Monarchs are adding runs each inning. And the first pitch of the 8th inning is a swing and a miss from Jarrett Coyne. On deck, we have Dorian Jenkins. The 0-1 pitch to Coyne is low and inside for ball 1. We're here at X Stadium for the Sunflower Collegiate League. The showcase here is every Tuesday night. Doubleheader. The 1-1 pitch to Jarrett Coyne is outside, and the ball's going to bounce all the way back to the backstop. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Anthony, just take away those first 2 innings for Hutchinson, and 8 runs scored there by Derby, and they've only allowed 1 run in the last 4 innings.
And they still don't have very many hits. They got 5 hits. So yeah, like you said, the pitcher tonight struggled. The opening pitcher which would be L.J. McDowell, struggled, but since then they have been doing very well in the field and hitting the ball as well. They caught on to Jake Hammond. So they made the switch. Spencer Cochran struggled a little bit. Now Cochran is rolling, but they're still scoring minimal runs. They've got 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and then they've had a run in the 5th and the 7th inning as well. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Jarrett Coyne. Top of the 8th inning, Coyne swung on and I believe fouled back.
It was fouled off.
2-2, still the count. Top of the 8th inning. Twins ahead 9-5. Twins only have 5 hits on the game with 1 error. And the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Jarrett Coyne struck out. Dylan Nedved gets the strikeout. And that brings up the top of the order for the Twins. Dorian Jenkins. Nedved made the transition from being the DH in the earlier part of the game to being the pitcher here in the last 2 innings. So 1 out here in the top of the 8th inning with Dorian Jenkins, the left-hander, up the bat. Swung on and fouled straight back into the netting. No balls and a strike. And we have Mitchell Austin on deck for the Twins. And the 0-1 pitch from Nedved. Swing and a miss. He got it on the outside corner. Jenkins couldn't quite reach it. 0-2. Nedved gets right back on the mound and delivers the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts in a row. That one was a 3-pitch strikeout. He got the leadoff hitter, Dorian Jenkins. And now batting, going to be the 3rd baseman, number 15, Mitchell Austin for the Twins. Nedved is on a little bit of a streak right now.
Dylan Nedved has come in and just challenging Derby, say, you know, if you want to hit me, hit my fastball. And he's throwing them over for strikes and getting on top of the batters and doing a great job. Has, 3 strikeouts now in the last 2 innings.
And the 1-0 pitch is softly tapped, and it's just going to stay foul, but I don't think Mitchell Austin meant to swing at that. I think he was going to check his swing, and he got a hold of just a little bit.
It was just a check swing and went foul.
Dribbled right down into the makeshift dugout along the 3rd base side. 1-1 the count. Mitchell Austin batting from the left-hand side. The 1-1 pitch just missed outside. Very close when he's working the corner. Scott Wolverton tried to hold it there. The ump called it outside. 2-1 the count. This time it's low and inside. Mitchell Austin slides his foot away from it. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the 3-1 pitch to Mitchell Austin. Outside, he walked him. So Mitchell Austin reaches base on a walk. First run of the Twins have had in these last 2 innings. And Justin Bundy, the right fielder, number 7, steps up to bat. The last time he tripled to center field. And then Thomas Green hit a single to score him. And that was in the 6th inning.
That's the first base runner that Nedved has allowed in his 2 innings of work.
Bundy steps in. Low. Over the plate, but low. 1-0 the count to Bundy. Swing and a miss. Bundy cannot connect on that one. 1 ball and a 1 strike. One and 1 the count. Austin on first. Swing and a miss. He chased that one. 1 and 2. Nedved just comes in and is just throwing the heat.
Just challenging the batters, and the Derby Twins can't catch up with it.
1 and 2 the count. Bundy steps in. The runner takes off. And now he throws to second. And he's going to be out. He took off way early. And Nedved just turned around and threw to second. So Mitchell Austin is out at second base on the attempted steal.
And nobody left on base, so he settled down after the first inning that he came in the 5th.
And it looks like we're going to have a change in the defense. Number 15, Mitchell Austin goes to first, and the third baseman now is number 1, Race Trainer. As we've got some action heading down to the Derby Twins bullpen.
And I'm glad you caught that, because a lot of times they don't tell us defensive moves, but they are to report to the umpire if they're coming up to bat on the offensive side, and that's usually when we get the changes.
And Trainer, he didn't bat, I don't believe, not yet at least, but he's standing at third now. And I can't quite read the numbers down there in the bullpen for Derby, but they've got someone warming up, and we've got a base hit down the left field line, and we got him going to second. Rybicki struggles to get the ball, and now he gets it in to Thomas Green. That was number 25.
Easton Rent.
Ran to the first baseman, hit it hard down the left field line. It snuck by Race Trainer, got all the way to the wall, and Rybicki fumbled it out in left field, but got it in to Thomas Green.
I think that's number 21 warming up out there for Derby.
And he get a called strike 1 for Spencer Cochran. And we've got a pinch hitter, number 14, Garrett Stevens, for the Monarchs. This one is hit down the right field line. It is deep, but it's going to go foul. Made it just beyond the bullpen for the Monarchs.
Warming up for Derby is number 21, Trevor
Rigglesworth.
Yep.
He is from Alma College, and he pitched on Saturday night in El Dorado in relief for Spencer Cochran. As Cochran throws outside for ball 1. Cochran still ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. As Rent is on second. Not a very big lead, but nobody's holding him on. Swing and a miss. Cochran struck him out. Got him with a fastball right down the middle. First out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Keith Wolverton, number 27, is batting the right fielder. Batting from the right side. You got to imagine the Monarchs are going to want to do something with that runner at second. So we're in the bottom of the 8th inning, and they trail 9-5.
Yeah, they're definitely running out of innings.
And that pitch from Cochran caught the outside corner for strike 1. Oh, and 1 the count. Cochran delivers from the belt. Ball is low and in the dirt for ball 1.
Wolverton looking for his first base hit of the ball game. He struck out the last 2 times up bat and reached on a base on balls in the second inning. Was left stranded at second base.
1-1 the count. Checks the runner at second and delivers the 1-1. Just outside. Cochran misses. Cochran resets, and Wolverton steps back in. Still not a big lead at second from Easton Rent. 2-1 the count. Way outside and high for ball 3. Rigglesworth is throwing in the bullpen now. He was headed down last time we said, but he's throwing, and you got to imagine if they get another base runner here and he's ready to go, they're going to bring him in. 3-1 the count. Wolverton steps back in. Cochran from the belt. Checks the runner at second and delivers. Low. Ball 4, he takes first base. Mason Lowe, the shortstop, number 5. Batting from the right-hand side. Steps in. Runners on first and second. 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Lowe hits a softy to the second baseman, and he tracks it down, Jarrett Coyne. It was a soft hit ball to shallow right field, and Jarrett Coyne tracks it down.
Jarrett Coyne did a great job, got a great jump on that, and made it back to the outfield area and to make that catch.
9-5, the Twins lead it here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2 outs. Spencer Cochran on the mound, and number 12, Braden Whitchurch, the center fielder, is batting with runners on first and second. Monarchs needing to do something as they trail by 4 in the bottom of the 8th inning. Base hit should score Easton Rent. Called strike 1 for Spencer Cochran.
Well, if Hutchinson doesn't get these 2 guys across, they can look at how many guys they've left on base. This would be 8 base runners that they've left on base here in the ball game so far.
This one is hit to deep left field, and Rybicki makes a jumping catch and snags it before it goes over his head. Had Rybicki not made that catch, that would have scored Rent, would have went all the way to the wall, bounced off the wall, and it could have scored Keith Wolverton. But Rybicki makes the clutch catch, running backwards and leaping. It'll be interesting to see
After the second inning.
It was the Monarchs. They struggled early in the game, and then since then, their bats have come alive.
We're going to have a pinch hitter, looks like. Can't tell who that is. 7?
That'll be Justin Bundy. Yeah, the right fielder, number 7, Justin Bundy.
He must have been telling us they got a new catcher then.
Swing and a miss for Justin Bundy. Nedved put some heat on that one, and Bundy could not quite catch up to it. 0-1 the count. Thomas Green on deck, the shortstop. Bundy steps back in from the left side. This one is inside, and Bundy has to move his foot. 1-1 the count.
Yeah, the new catcher they're talking about was the pinch hitter there in the 8th inning that Garrett Stevens came in to is catching now.
Swing and a miss. That one was low and in the dirt, but he got Bundy to chase it. And the count is now 1-2 strikes for Justin Bundy. Nedved delivers from the belt. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Justin Bundy strikes out to start off the 9th inning. And Thomas Green, number 8, the shortstop, set to check in now. And you've got Bryce Donovan, the DH tonight, on deck. Thomas Green will bat from the right-hand side. And Thomas Green has been on base all 4 times that I have recorded. And that one's going to be a called strike on the outside corner for Thomas Green. In the first inning, Green had a single, then he was walked, and he's had 2 singles since then. This one is low and in the dirt for ball 1. Thomas Green has scored 2 runs tonight, and he's been left stranded on first twice as well.
Yeah, he also got 2 RBIs.
The 1-1 pitch bounces in front of the plate in the dirt for ball 2. Two and 1 the count. Thomas Green ahead, 1 out here in the top of the 9th. The delivery from Nedved. Low and in the dirt for ball 3. Donovan on deck. The 3-1 pitch. Swung on and just got a piece of it. Did Thomas Green, he fouled it back. The count is full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes for the Monarchs. Do not want to allow anybody on base. Already trailing by 4. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on and hit towards the third baseman. Trying to be scooped. Number 19. Could not scoop it. The third baseman, Jackson Lofton. And he went over the ball, and it went underneath him, and Mason Lowe tracks it down in left field, but there's going to be an error there for the Monarchs as it was a soft hit, and he tried to scoop it, and he couldn't get it scooped. And the throw down to second was also overthrown. If they don't record that as an error, then that'll surprise me.
I haven't seen them put it up yet. They're still showing 4 errors.
And right now we're going to get a base hit. Mason Lowe dives. Can't snag the ball. And Thomas Green is going to score. Thomas Green scores from second. And now Donovan is on first. Yeah, Frank, that really surprised me they didn't count that as an error because he was headed straight for his glove, and it nicked his glove and went to left field.
Yeah, they looks like they gave it a base hit, so.
And that one's hit to the third baseman, and it's going to be not a double play. The ball goes underneath the first baseman's glove. First baseman Easton Rent, and Rybicki goes to second on the throw. They get Donovan out, the lead runner. Could not complete the double play, and Rybicki goes to second.
Rybicki gets a fielder's choice and then an error on the second baseman on the throw. He'll end up at second base.
The score is now 10-5 With 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning, the Twins lead it. And now Dawson takes ball 1 outside, number 22. Rybicki has got a decent lead on second. Nobody holding him on. The 1-0 pitch is way inside for Dawson. Steps out of the way for ball 2. Two 2-0 the count. Nedved delivers from the stretch. Outside, ball 3.
Nedved was moving along pretty good there in those 2 innings, and 2 base hits here has allowed Derby to score another run with that error.
The 3-0 pitch is outside as well, and Dawson goes to first base on a walk. Rybicki stays on second. And Race Trainer, who came in from Mitchell Austin at third, is now batting. Bats from the right-hand side, his first time at the plate tonight. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Swing and a miss for Race Trainer. Trainer steps back in. Nobody holding either runner on, so they both got big leads. 0-1 the count, and now a throw back to second, and Rybicki is going to go to third, and Dawson goes to second. There was nobody holding him on. The last second, the second baseman, Barber, runs over there, and the throw from Nedved is off, gets off his glove, and shoots out to the center fielder. And Whitchurch throws it back in, but both runners advance.
You know, I never understand that play when you got runners at first and second like that, and you got 2 down. You know, they can't score at second base, so made an error, and now you got runners at scoring position.
And Race Trainer has another swing and a miss. The count is no balls and 2 strikes. Nedved looking to get out of this with only 1 run allowed, but both runners are in scoring position after the error. Race Trainer steps back in, no balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs in the inning. The 0-2 pitch, way outside. Ball gets away, and Rybicki just jogs home. And Dawson goes to third. It's exactly what you're talking about, Frank. They don't throw down to second and cause the error. He's only going to third.
That's right. You'd have runners at second and third now instead of a run being scored there.
Makes it 11-5. Now the Twins have the advantage. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swung on. Soft hit over the top of the first baseman's glove. Just got over Easton Rent's glove and scores Dawson. 12-5. Now the Twins are knocking him in. And Trainer gets a single. Soft hit ball, but it had just enough air underneath of it, and it got over Rent.
All you got to do is hit it in the spot where nobody's at, and that's exactly what he did. Was able to get an RBI there.
Jarrett Coyne fouls it off down the first base side. Coyne down to the count. No balls and a strike. Not a big lead on first. This one is fouled into the upper deck this time by Jarrett Coyne. Oh, 0-2 the count. Top of the 9th inning. Coyne lines it down in between the shortstop and third baseman. And Coyne gets a base hit. And that'll advance. Trainer on to second. on the single.
Great base hit there by Coyne. Put it between third and short, and he's standing at first base now with Trainer now at second, and we got 2 down.
Yeah, he got it right in between Mason Lowe and Jackson Lofton. Dorian Jenkins, top of the order, is up for the Twins. Takes a ball 1 on the inside. This one is hit to deep left field, and making the catch is Colton Cowser to end the top of the 9th inning. The Twins do some more damage and score 3 runs back at the bottom of the 9th here on KGSO after this.
Why not give Wedgwood...
Twins lead the Monarchs 12-5 as the Twins add 3 more runs in the top of the 9th inning. Frank, you have some of the standings pulled up on your computer there.
Yeah, but we got a new pitcher here first.
I believe that's still Cochran in there. Spencer Cochran.
It's 21, I believe, coming in. I think.
I believe that's still Spencer Cochran out there on the mound.
Okay.
Wrigglesworth is still in the bullpen.
Okay, you're right.
Cochran gets a swing and a miss from Dylan Nedved. But yeah, Frank, you have the standings there.
Yes. We have there's a base hit.
Base hit to left field. Nedved gets on for the Monarchs.
That's Nedved's second hit in a row. She got a double in the 7th and now a single here in the 9th. Okay, right now in the West, Cheney Diamond Dogs is 1-0. Great Bend Fat Cats 1-0. The Wichita Sluggers 0-1. Andell Warhawks. Let's see, they lost tonight, so they go to 0-2 in league play. And Hutchinson right now being down here as we're in the bottom half of the 9th inning. If they lose, they'll go to 0-2 in league play and 1-2 overall. If everything stays the same, Derby will go to 1-1 in league play. They're in the East with Mulvane, Newton, Hayesville, and El Dorado. And they'll go to a 2-2 record overall if they can win this ball game here and get the last 3 outs here.
Nedved's on first. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's going to be a wild pitch, and Nedved advances to second. On the wild pitch, it was way outside, and Dawson couldn't quite get to it. Went back to the net, and Nedved goes to second. Excuse me. These teams are going to be playing each other tomorrow night. Derby travels to Hutch tomorrow night, and then Derby travels to Newton on Thursday night.
Okay, you'll be in Newton, and then we'll travel to Derby on Friday, correct?
That's correct.
Yep, so we'll get a chance to see each other again.
Sounds like a plan. You're always welcome up here on these Tuesday night showcase here at X Stadium to add some color. I appreciate having you up here.
Well, I know that the Newton Rebels will be playing here, I think, twice in the next couple weeks, so I'll be here, and I'll be glad to join you if you want somebody here.
As we're going to get a walk here. Number 7, Colton Kauser, is walked there by Cochran. As Regulusworth is standing in the bullpen and just waiting to be called on. And I believe it's going to be now because we've got Coach Edwards heading out to the mound. Cochran had Nedved ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. And then Nedved singled to left field. And then he got a walk here on Kauser. So Regulusworth is standing in the bullpen. And Coach Edwards is talking to Spencer Cochran right now.
How big are those 3 runs that Derby scored in the 9th inning here with guys at first and second and no outs here in the bottom half of the 9th inning? They could be very important.
Yeah, for sure. And Hutchinson, they had a chance last inning to score some runs. They just couldn't. So Derby got the better advantage there, and they took advantage and scored 3 on Nedved. And now Cochran's got himself in a little bit of trouble, but he's got a 7-point cushion. As this one is lined to Race Trainer at third. To second, gets the out, and not going to get the out at first, but they get the out at second. So they get a runner goes to third. You're going to get Dylan Nedved to third. Colton Kauser is out on a 5-4. And then you're going to get Taylor Barber goes to first on a fielder's choice.
Yeah, and a good job there by the second baseman Coyne to hang on to that ball. A lot of times they want to turn that double play, but he could have very easily thrown that ball away. So he did it. He did the right thing.
Another ball hit the trainer. This one's going to go to second, and it almost ended the game, but they're going to call safe at first. Mitchell Austin did a good job of stretching out. However, the Monarchs do score 1. They get Dylan Nedved in, and the lead is now 12-6 for the Twins. But getting the lead runner has been crucial for the Twins here in the bottom of the 9th. Lofton got a base hit, again on a fielder's choice. Now we've got Easton Rent, who doubled last time he was up. Going to get a called strike 1.
Yeah, Rent started off with a double in the 8th inning, but was left stranded at second base.
The 0-1 pitch, just outside. Cochran wanted the call, didn't get it. Rent steps out, and Lofton takes a small lead at first. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. Count is even at 1-1. The 1-2 pitch swung on and hit to the second baseman, Jarrett Coyne. Fields it in shallow left field, and that's the game. The Derby Twins win it 12-6. The crucial part of this game was the first 2 innings for the Twins. Only recorded 2 hits, but they had a lot of help from walks and hit by pitches and other things.
Yeah, they had